You know the offseason is weird when the Jets are making good moves for once. Hello everyone, it has been a little while since I said I would talk about the Jets draft class in a different video. Well, today I'm going to do that. I love what the Jets did in this draft. They did not miss with any of their picks, which is incredible considering they haven't always been the best at drafting, like selecting Vernon Gholston 6th overall in 2008, selecting Dean Milliner 9th overall in 2013, selecting Geno Smith in that same draft, and selecting Christian Hackenberg in the second round of 2016. But I can say with confidence that the Jets did not make any of those mistakes in this draft as they did in the past. And today I'm going to break down each of their picks to show why the Jets won the 2022 draft. But before I do that, 98% of you guys that watch my videos are not subscribed. You guys can change that by subscribing to this channel and turning on the notifications so you know when I upload a video. I would also appreciate if you guys gave this video a like. It helps my channel out a lot. Alright, let's get into it. The Jets' pass defense last year was awful. There was nothing good about it, and their best defensive back Marcus May left them this offseason to sign with my Saints. The Jets did everything they could to improve their pass defense by signing cornerback DJ Reed from Seattle and signing safeties Jordan Whitehead and LaMarcus Joyner. The secondary got better, but was still missing an elite player to make the secondary stronger. The Jets found a perfect guy to fill that role at pick number 4, Ahmad Sauce Gardner, a cornerback from Cincinnati. The best cornerback in the entire draft. He also has the best nickname in the entire draft. Sauce Gardner was part of an elite Cincinnati defense that took them to the playoffs in 2021. During his time there, he showed how great he was in both man and zone coverage. In fact, he was so good in coverage, he never allowed a touchdown in college. He has been a starter for them since his freshman year in 2019. He also has great ball skills, good tackling, good run defense, great awareness, very fast, pretty athletic, and is a pretty good blitzer. Sauce Gardner will be a game changer for the Jets for years to come, and we should see significant improvement from the Jets secondary this year. The Jets have good receivers in Elijah Moore and Corey Davis, but neither of them are wide receiver 1 material, and they could benefit from an elite wide receiver 1, and the Jets knew that. So they tried to get Tyreek Hill, but failed, and then they tried to get Deebo Samuel, but failed. Luckily, they were in a great position at pick number 10 to draft a great wide receiver, and they did just that by getting the best wide receiver in the entire draft, Garrett Wilson from Ohio State. He had an outstanding career there, and was a big target for Justin Fields and CJ Stroud. He should be a huge target for second-year quarterback Zach Wilson, with his pretty good hands, good route running, elite speed, great ability to get separation, pretty good release, pretty good with yards after the catch, good footwork, a tough and physical receiver, and he is a solid blocker, whether he is creating holes for running backs or creating holes for his fellow receivers. He will improve the pass offense, and he should help create more opportunities for Elijah Moore and Corey Davis, since teams will most likely want to double team Wilson. This is without a doubt my favorite pick from their draft class. The Jets already have a good edge rusher in Carl Lawson, but he needs someone to complement him, so they decided to trade back into the first round and use that pick on Tremaine Johnson from Florida State. This is the first pick where I will say they did not pick the best available player at their position, but if you listen to what I've said in my previous videos, this is a stacked edge rusher class, and Tremaine Johnson is one of the reasons it is a stacked class. If this was a different draft class, he would be higher on my rankings, especially with his elite finesse moves, great power, explosiveness, good burst off the line, very fast, pretty athletic, pretty good run defender, and has a high motor. I think he can improve his run defending and burst off the line at the next level. But even if he doesn't become a top 3 edge rusher from that class, the Jets will still have a pretty nice edge rusher duo with Johnson and Carl Lawson. Plus, the Jets do have defensive tackles Quinnen Williams and Saints legend Sheldon Rankins, who are pretty good at getting to the quarterback. The defensive line will be pretty nice in 2022 and for years to come. Great job by the Jets for improving what was already a strong unit on their team. The Jets' run game was not very good last year. While Michael Carter's rookie season was nice, he is not a guy you want to run the ball for the majority of the game, so they decided to improve their run game by selecting Breece Hall from Iowa State with their 36th overall pick. In my top 5 running backs video, I had Hall on number 2, and the Jets took him over my number 1 rated running back, Kenneth Walker. But the gap between Hall and Walker is pretty small. Plus, they are 2 different kinds of running backs. Walker is more of a pure runner, doesn't get involved in the passing game much, while Breece Hall is way more involved in the passing game. And based off the fact that the Jets wanted to build around Zach Wilson and give him as many weapons as possible, Breece Hall was the best running back available that fit what the Jets wanted. Hall is not only a good receiving back, but he can run. He is fast, he can accelerate, he has good balance, he is pretty shifty, and he has good vision. Breece Hall and Michael Carter will be a pretty nice running back duo for many years. I'll admit that this pick on paper doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The Jets already signed 2 tight ends this offseason, CJ Uzomah, Tyler Conklin, and they both got 3-year contracts. And neither one of them is bad, so why pick a tight end in the 3rd round? Well, the answer is simple. Jeremy Ruckert is the best blocking tight end in the entire draft, and Uzomah and Conklin are mainly receiving tight ends. Ruckert is a good receiving tight end and could outperform 1 to 2 tight ends they can afford to cut after 2023, but for right now, it seems like he will be the Jets blocking tight end and develop more into a better all-around player. So really the most confusing pick of their class is the best blocking tight end of the draft. That is not a bad thing at all. I think a lot of fans would love that to be their most confusing pick of their team's class. The protection for Zach Wilson wasn't pretty last year, especially with Mekhi Becton only playing 1 game, but now they have Becton and George Fant back as the tackle duo of the offensive line. But this is most likely George Fant's last year with the Jets, as he is scheduled to be a free agent after the 2022 season, so the Jets got his future replacement in Max Mitchell from Louisiana. Mitchell's a pretty good tackle. He is very good with pass and run protection. He has great techniques and great balance and is a very versatile tackle who can play on the left and right sides of the offensive line. So why did he fall in the draft? Well, he is pretty unathletic for someone at his position, and while his power isn't bad, it could be better, but he is still going to be a good tackle in the NFL and will be a pretty good George Fant replacement. And now for the Jets' last pick, Clements, edge rusher from Texas A&M. This is the only pick I won't spend much time on. He was basically selected for depth chart purposes. Will most likely go into games where neither Carl Lawson or Tremaine Johnson needs a breather, so really not much of a pick, but there is no problem with drafting someone for depth purposes, especially in the 4th round. And that is all of their picks, and I tell you what, there wasn't a single bad pick. They got the best cornerback, the best wide receiver, a top 10 edge rusher in a stacked group, the best receiving running back, the best blocking tight end, a tackle that'll be a pretty good starter for years, and a rotational edge rusher. What a draft class. Jets fans should be really happy with this draft class. It is loaded with talent. Now, will this class be enough for the Jets to overtake the Bills this year? No, they aren't there yet. But this class does make the Jets much better than they were last year. Their ceiling is a 2nd place AFC East team that will have a wildcard spot, and their floor is a 4th place AFC East team that will be selecting pretty high in the draft again. The reason their floor is so low despite a perfect class is if Zach Wilson doesn't show any improvement after an awful rookie year, it will hold them back. And last year the Jets were hit with a bad injury bug, so it wouldn't surprise me if that happened again. But if Zach Wilson improves and the Jets don't have an awful amount of injuries in 2022, they can make it to the playoffs. I really like what the Jets have done this offseason. Joe Douglas has earned my respect. And that is all I have to say about this draft class. Let me know if you guys agree with me or not. If you don't, tell me who you think won the draft. I am very curious. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you later. Peace.